Pisces, there is a reason this person keeps appearing in your thoughts, even when you're not trying to think about them. A reason their energy crosses your mind in quiet moments, when you're alone, when you're relaxed, when nothing in your environment seems to trigger the memory. This is not random, and it's not coincidence. When someone occupies your thoughts this persistently, there is an energetic connection at play. You may have tried to distract yourself, to focus on other things, to tell yourself it doesn't mean anything. But no matter what you do, they return, softly, subtly, almost gently, not as an obsession, but as a presence. And that difference matters. Obsession feels heavy. This feels familiar. Pisces, you are not imagining. Your intuition is picking up on something real. Energy doesn't need constant communication to exist. Some connections operate beneath the surface, beyond words, beyond logic. When two people are energetically aligned, thoughts move between them naturally. You don't force them, you receive them. And right now, the reason you can't stop thinking about this person is because the connection between you is active. You may notice that the thoughts don't bring anxiety the way past connections did. They don't feel chaotic or overwhelming. Instead, they arrive quietly, sometimes even comfortingly. You think of them and feel a soft emotional pull rather than tension. That's one of the clearest signs that this connection is not rooted in fear, but in alignment. This person is not just passing through your mind. They are resonating with your energy. Often, Pisces, when you think about someone repeatedly without effort, it's because they are thinking about you too. Not necessarily consciously every moment, but emotionally, energetically, intuitively. Energy flows where attention exists, and right now, there is an exchange happening whether either of you speaks about it or not. This is why the thoughts feel cyclical, why they return when you least expect them, why even silence doesn't break the connection. Your soul recognizes something unfinished, something meaningful, something that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. You may wonder why this is happening now, why these thoughts didn't appear before, why they've become stronger recently. The reason is simple. Both of you are changing, energetically, emotionally, spiritually. When growth happens on both sides, the connection activates. It comes to the surface because it's meant to be acknowledged. This doesn't mean you're meant to chase. It doesn't mean you're meant to reach out impulsively. It doesn't mean you're meant to relive the past. It means awareness is beginning. Pisces, your intuition is opening a door, not to confusion, but to clarity. These thoughts are asking you to pay attention to what this connection represents in your life, to understand what it's teaching you, to notice how it reflects your emotional growth. You are not stuck on this person because you're weak. You are connected because something real exists between you. This connection may feel subtle, but it is strong. It doesn't demand your attention, it attracts it. And attraction at this level is never meaningless. In the next part, we'll go deeper into what this person is feeling, why their energy is reaching you now, and what this connection is trying to awaken inside you. Pisces, as these thoughts continue to surface, you may start noticing how specific they feel. It's not just a vague memory or a passing idea. Sometimes it's their voice you remember. Sometimes it's the way they made you feel in a particular moment. Sometimes it's a sensation in your chest, a warmth, a pull, a quiet longing that doesn't come with pain. These details are important because they reveal that this connection is alive on an emotional level. This person is thinking about you too, not always in a dramatic or conscious way, but emotionally, energetically. You may feel the connection strongest when you are calm, when your mind is quiet, when your defenses are lowered. That's when intuition speaks the loudest. Energy travels most clearly in silence, and Pisces, you are naturally tuned into that frequency. You might notice that these thoughts intensify at certain times of the day or night, moments when you suddenly feel them without warning, moments when your emotions shift slightly for no clear reason. These are signs of energetic alignment. When one person reaches out emotionally, the other feels it instinctively. This doesn't mean this person has everything figured out. They may be confused about their feelings. They may be hesitant. They may be dealing with their own fears, responsibilities, or emotional baggage. But what they feel is real, and it hasn't gone away. It's simply been held quietly. Pisces, some people feel deeply but struggle to express it. This connection exists in a space where words haven't fully caught up yet. That's why thoughts become the language. That's why energy becomes the bridge. That's why you feel them even without interaction. You are sensing what they haven't said, what they haven't acted on yet. And there is a reason this is happening now. Both of you are at a point where awareness is rising. The universe brings connections back into focus when they are meant to be understood at a deeper level. Not always to repeat, but to clarify. Not always to return, but to evolve. Sometimes the lesson is about closure. Sometimes it's about alignment. And sometimes, Pisces, it's about timing finally catching up. You may feel torn between curiosity and restraint, between wanting clarity and wanting to protect your peace. This is natural. You're no longer the person who acts impulsively. You've learned the value of patience, of observation, of listening to your intuition before making a move. And that awareness is exactly why this connection is resurfacing now, because you are capable of handling it with wisdom instead of emotion alone. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to rush answers. You don't need to question your sanity. This connection is asking you to notice, not to react. Pay attention to how you feel when you think of them. Does your body relax or tense? Do you feel calm or anxious? Do you feel curiosity or fear? Your emotional response tells you everything you need to know. Pisces, the reason you can't stop thinking about this person is not because you're meant to lose yourself in them. It's because the connection is highlighting something within you, a readiness, a realization, a shift in how you approach emotional bonds. In the next part, we'll explore what this connection is meant to teach you, how it relates to your growth, and what step, if any, is meant to come next. Pisces, as you sit with these recurring thoughts, something deeper begins to reveal itself. This connection is not appearing to pull you backward, but to show you how much you've changed. The way you think about this person now is different from before. There is less urgency, less emotional chaos, less confusion. Instead, there is awareness, reflection, a calm curiosity that feels grounded rather than consuming. This is important because it means the connection is no longer controlling you. It's communicating with you. You are being asked to understand what this person represents in your life at this moment. Sometimes, when someone stays in our thoughts, it's because they mirror a part of ourselves that is evolving. They reflect a lesson, a desire, or a readiness that has recently awakened within you. And Pisces, your emotional maturity has grown significantly. You no longer attach to potential the way you once did. You no longer romanticize uncertainty. You no longer confuse longing with love. So if this person is still present in your mind, it's because the connection is meeting you at your current level of awareness. You may start noticing that thinking about them doesn't disrupt your peace. It invites clarity. It doesn't drain you. It gently opens something inside you. That's because the lesson here is not about attachment, but about recognition. Recognition of what feels aligned. Recognition of what feels emotionally safe. Recognition of how you want to feel in connection moving forward. Pisces, this connection is showing you what no longer works for you. As you reflect on this person, you may also reflect on your past choices, on the dynamics you once accepted, on the ways you overgave, over-explained, or overextended yourself. And instead of feeling regret, you feel understanding, compassion for your past self, gratitude for the growth that brought you. This is healing. The reason this person remains in your thoughts is also tied to timing. Energetic connections often resurface when both people are approaching a point of decision or realization. You may feel that something is shifting, not necessarily in action yet, but in awareness. This is the calm before clarity. You don't need to act immediately. You don't need to seek answers outside yourself. You don't need to break your peace to understand this connection. Your intuition is already guiding you. Notice how you feel when you imagine a conversation. Notice whether it brings calm or tension. Notice whether it feels grounded or draining. Your body knows the truth before your mind does. Pisces, the universe is not asking you to repeat the past. It's asking you to choose differently. Whether that means allowing space, opening communication, or simply understanding the connection for what it is, the guidance will come naturally when you listen inwardly. This connection is not meant to confuse you. It's meant to clarify what you're ready for now and what you're no longer willing to settle for. In the next part, we'll explore whether this connection is moving toward expression, what signs indicate action or communication, and how to stay aligned with your intuition as things continue to unfold. Pisces, as this awareness deepens, you may begin noticing subtle signs that this connection is moving closer to expression, not necessarily through immediate action, but through energetic shifts that feel undeniable. You may sense moments of anticipation without anxiety, a quiet readiness that wasn't there before. This is how movement begins, internally first. You might notice an urge to check your phone without knowing why, or a sudden memory resurfacing at unexpected moments. You may feel their energy most strongly when you are calm, when your guard is down, when you're not trying to analyze anything. These moments are important. They indicate that something is aligning naturally, without force. This person may be gathering courage in their own way. They may be sorting through emotions they didn't fully understand before. They may be realizing the significance of the connection only now, as their own life shifts into a new phase. Emotional awareness doesn't always arrive instantly. Sometimes it unfolds slowly, quietly, until it becomes impossible to ignore. Pisces, patience is part of this lesson, not waiting in uncertainty, but allowing clarity to rise on its own. You are no longer meant to chase answers or force conversation. What is meant to be expressed will surface when both energies are aligned enough to receive it without fear. You may notice that when you imagine them reaching out, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels calm, neutral, even grounding. That's a sign of emotional readiness. Your intuition is no longer reacting from past wounds. It's responding from growth. If communication does happen, it will feel different than before. Less charged, more honest, more present. There will be space to listen rather than defend, to understand rather than assume. This is because both of you are approaching the connection with greater awareness. And if communication doesn't happen immediately, that doesn't mean the connection is fading. Sometimes the universe holds things back until the timing supports clarity rather than confusion. What's important is how you feel: grounded, steady, aware. That emotional state tells you that you are aligned, regardless of external movement. Pisces, you are learning to trust the unfolding instead of controlling it. This connection is also teaching you discernment. Not every thought requires action. Not every feeling requires response. Sometimes awareness itself is the purpose. Understanding what this person represents in your life may be more important than any outcome attached to them. You may begin to realize that the connection has already served its purpose, not by ending or beginning something externally, but by showing you how far you've come emotionally, by highlighting what feels aligned, by reminding you of your capacity for calm, grounded connection. And if this bond is meant to move forward, it will do so in a way that feels natural, not forced. You won't feel pressured to decide. You won't feel anxious about timing. You will feel present, open, and steady. Pisces, the universe is not testing. It's inviting you to stay aligned with yourself while something unfolds, to trust your intuition without losing your peace, to remain open without abandoning your boundary. In the next part, we will bring clarity to what this connection ultimately means for your path forward, whether it's a new beginning, a lesson completed, or a moment of understanding that changes the way you approach connection moving ahead. Pisces, as everything settles into deeper understanding, the connection you've been sensing begins to reveal its true purpose in your life. This isn't about confusion anymore. It's about clarity, about recognizing what this person represents rather than getting lost in what you wish would happen. And that distinction is powerful. You may realize that this connection arrived to show you how differently you experience love now. Where once you might have felt anxious or unsure, you now feel grounded. Where once you might have chased reassurance, you now trust your intuition. Where once you might have sacrificed your peace, you now protect it instinctively. This is growth, and this person is part of that realization. Sometimes, Pisces, people enter or re-enter our thoughts, not because they are meant to stay forever, but because they help us see ourselves clearly. They highlight what we are ready for and what we are no longer willing to accept. They act as mirrors, reflecting the emotional maturity we've gained. If this connection moves forward, it will do so gently, with honesty and intent. If it doesn't, you will still walk away with something invaluable: understanding. Understanding of your worth, understanding of your emotional needs, understanding of what aligned connection truly feels like. And that understanding changes everything. You may notice that your heart feels lighter now, less attached to outcomes, more focused on alignment. You're no longer asking, will this work? But rather, does this feel right? That shift in perspective is the real breakthrough. It means you are choosing from awareness, not fear. Pisces, you are no longer defined by longing. You are defined by presence. This connection, whether it deepens or completes its lesson here, has already served its purpose. It has awakened something important within you, a sense of emotional sovereignty, the understanding that you can feel deeply without losing yourself. that you can connect without abandoning your boundaries, that you can remain open without sacrificing your peace. As you move forward, trust what feels calm, trust what feels steady, trust what doesn't demand that you compromise your truth. The universe is guiding you toward connections that support your growth, not challenge your self-worth. And when you think back on this moment, on why this person stayed in your thoughts, you'll understand it wasn't about obsession, it was about awakening. It was about recognizing alignment. It was about stepping into a new way of relating, one rooted in clarity rather than uncertainty. Pisces, you are learning to listen to your intuition without questioning it, to honor your feelings without being controlled by them, to remain open without losing yourself. This is the quiet power you've been growing into. In the final part, we will bring everything together, the thoughts, the connection, the awareness, and arrive at a place of emotional completion where clarity fully settles and you move forward with confidence, peace, and trust in yourself. Pisces, as this chapter comes to a close, everything you've been sensing settles into quiet understanding. The thoughts that once felt mysterious now feel purposeful. The connection that once lingered in the background now makes sense, not because it demanded action, but because it revealed truth. You understand now that the reason you couldn't stop thinking about this person was never about losing control or longing for something unreachable. It was about awareness, about recognizing how much you've changed, about seeing clearly what alignment feels like in your body and in your heart. This realization brings peace. You no longer feel pulled in different directions. You no longer feel uncertain about your emotional needs. You trust yourself enough to let things unfold without forcing outcomes. Whether this connection continues to grow, transforms into something new, or gently fades into understanding, you are okay. You are grounded. You are whole. Pisces, this is emotional maturity. You've learned that real connection doesn't disturb your peace. It enhances it. It doesn't confuse you. It clarifies you. It doesn't demand urgency. It invites presence. And most importantly, it doesn't ask you to abandon yourself to be loved. The universe used this connection to show you something essential. You are no longer operating from fear or lack. You are choosing from awareness, alignment, and self-respect. That shift changes everything about the way you experience relationships moving forward. As you step ahead, trust what feels calm. Trust what feels honest. Trust what doesn't require explanation or emotional labor to sustain. Your intuition is strong now, stronger than it's ever been. It will guide you toward connections that honor your depth, respect your sensitivity, and meet you where you are. Pisces, you don't need to search for clarity anymore. You carry it within you. This chapter didn't end with a question. It ended with understanding. And from that understanding comes confidence. Confidence in your choices. Confidence in your boundaries. Confidence in your ability to feel deeply without losing yourself. Whatever unfolds next in your life, you will meet it with awareness instead of doubt, presence instead of fear, and trust instead of hesitation. Because you are no longer wondering why you feel the way you feel. You understand it, you honor it, and you move forward from it.